Welcome to Michigan Reimagined, presented by Good Marketing and Wagoner Financial. And here's your host, Chris Buck.
So we are on the cusp of the newest season of the award-winning Capital City Film Festival. Here to share this year's hot new details are Festival Event Director Emma Selby, Program Director Pete Johnston, and Film Programs Manager Jaden Dybel. Welcome, Emma, Pete, and Jaden.
Thanks for having us, Chris.
Thanks for having us.
Really glad to have you back on the show. I know you've been on a number of times as a cohort. I think we got two new rookies in here today, but Emma, you've been around the block on this a little bit, and I love having this conversation every year because it's such a great event. So for those uninitiated, kind of remind us how long your organization's been putting on the CCFF, as I like to call it.
This is our Sweet 16 year.
Wow.
It's our 16th annual Capital City Film Festival. So there have been a couple years, in their pandemic things where we may not have had a full proper festival, but we've been an organization since 2010 and been putting on this event since then. So we're really excited for this to be our fully 16th annual festival.
Right on. And I talk about your organization, but talk about how are you established? Is it a nonprofit? How many people kind of engage with you? Talk about, we'll get to sponsors and volunteers down the block a little bit, but talk about your team.
Totally. So we are a nonprofit. Everybody who's involved really has a passion for art and has a passion for the arts in our city. And so we've got a core planning team, some staff, some contractors, some volunteers who really dedicate their time to making this event happen, with 11 days of things going on,
right?
Multiple locations, hundreds of movies. It's a lot going on. So we've got people who do everything from watch the movies and help us select them, to people who are designing the t-shirts, to people who are going through and making sure that the projectors are working right. We've just got a really incredible core team of probably around 25 people who are working really dedicated to get us to that point where we bring in extra volunteers and things.
Got it. And Jaden, so the Film Programs Manager, talk a little bit about how long you've been part of the organization and what exactly do you do?
Yeah, this is my second year with the organization, so I started last year. And Film Programs Manager kind of handles film programming side of things, as well as a lot of our partnership things. So we work with amazing organizations across Lansing. This year we're working with LCC Take a Stand, MidMEAC, AOTA, those are just a couple, there's more. And so I am in contact with all of them. I help put on all of our partnership programs. And then I also work with all of our filmmakers that have been accepted into the film festival. We try to bring as many filmmakers as we can to the festival.
Okay.
And those are for live Q&As or our filmmaker afterglow. And it's a really amazing opportunity for our audience to connect with the directors and the filmmakers. And so I help coordinate all of that.
Right on. Okay. And Pete, what's your role exactly?
Well, I'm taking over this year as the director of film programming in terms of the selection.
Okay.
And so I've been involved for, I can't remember how many years.
Forever, approximately.
More than two.
More than two in the selection side. So typically I focus on the documentary features that we end up programming. And this year I'm just kind of leading the team of programmers and the selection committee to go through, screen all of the submissions. We received nearly 500 submissions this year from all over the globe, and everything needs to get watched at least twice to make sure that varying opinions, we're finding the best of the best. And we selected just about 110 films, shorts and features, to go into the program. So, we've got a really we always have great programming, but I think this year especially, we are really stoked about the films we're showing. Right.
And I know that the organization's been around a long time and you have some notoriety. We talked about award winning, and we can talk about that in a sec, but are you confident that you're getting the best that's out there? Does the Lansing, area, the Capital City Film Festival, garner the players in this space to say, that's on my calendar, I want to make sure that I submit for that?
For sure.
Okay, wonderful.
The reputation now has grown that this is a really rad festival, and filmmakers especially love this festival. They love the attention they receive. They love the audience they get. They just love what we're doing with putting on the films and the films that we're choosing. And so the vibe is very specific. It's hard to put into words the types of films, but the audiences respond and the filmmakers love being here. So yeah, we get alumni coming back year after year who have submitted in the past, who've shown with us in the past, who say like, they send us personal emails. Hey, I've got a new one. Do you want to take a look? And so, yeah, I think it's we were on the Movie Maker magazine list of 25 coolest film festivals in the world at one point. And so the reputation has definitely grown.
That's fantastic. So what makes a film, I mean, you're taking 1 out of 5 if I'm doing that math in my head, right? So are there kind of non-starter? Is it just truly quality of the overall kind of piece of art, or is it the messaging, or is there timeliness to it?
All of the above. I think there's certainly a level of production quality that we want to make sure that audiences are seeing films that don't come off as amateur, that feel like a movie, a good production quality. But I think even more than that is storytelling, and timeliness plays into that. Inventiveness, creativity. I mean, filmmakers who are doing something new and something that we just haven't seen a million times before. But the thing with filmmaking now is like indie filmmaking. It's easier than ever, on the production side to make something look pretty good. And so we are getting a lot of folks who, with a pretty modest budget, are able to tell some really fascinating stories. And so, yeah, it's sort of like. We also like things that are maybe slightly off, or maybe, something you're not going to see in the multiplex.
Right. Makes a lot of sense. Before we get too deep, I want to give a nod to our friends at Good Marketing. Here at Michigan Reimagine, we tell stories of passionate Michiganders doing great things across the state. Today's podcast sponsor, Good Marketing, helps organizations tell those stories in powerful and measurable ways. As a behavior change accelerator, Good partners with mission-driven clients to inspire action, shift mindsets, and strengthen communities. From advancing affordable housing to protecting natural resources, expanding education and workforce opportunities, their work moves Michigan forward. See how they're helping shape Michigan's future at goodmarketing.com. That's GUD marketing.com. So when is the festival this year? I got to ask.
We are April 8th through 18th this year. So once again, we're a Wednesday through the following Saturday. Got
it. Okay. 8th to the 18th. And how can people follow along? Is there social handles, website, that kind of thing?
Yep. We're on Instagram and Facebook, Cap City Film Fest. And you can follow us on our website as well, ccff.co or capitalcityfilmfest.com. Either one of those will work for you. But that's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information about everything that's going on. We're constantly releasing new events, tickets on sale, that sort of thing. This year, something that's new is that all tickets for individual film screenings will be able to purchase online ahead of time if you'd like to. If you're not sure if you want to commit to the whole buying a general admission pass thing, you can purchase individual film tickets at the door typically, but this year we're also adding the option to purchase them ahead of time so you can kind of plan out and plot your festival schedule for yourself.
Got it. Let's dive into that a little bit. So if you're interested in this event, is there like a season pass where you can buy, I'm going to give you this money and then I can go to whatever I kind of want to, and then do you have to sign up to go to certain?
So we have our general admission pass,
okay,
and that gets you into everything. And
okay.
So there's occasional things where we might ask you to reserve ahead of time if there's limited spots that we're holding a certain amount of seats for pass holders, or there might be some events where if it's going to be an overflow screening, we might have a situation like that. But for the most part, that $50 general admission pass gets you into films, parties, music events, all of it.
$50.
$50. I think it's one of the best deals in town personally for 11 days of events. So
a total steal.
It's a total steal. And every year people talk to us about increasing the price. Everything's more expensive these days, but we want to make sure that our events continue to be something that people can attend, that people have the means to attend. And so another way that we make sure that everybody's able to attend these events is if you don't want to do the $50 pass, or it feels like a little much, or you're not sure how many things you're going to attend, film screenings are typically $5 at the door. The only time that's different is if we have a big opening night or closing night that needs something a little bit different. But even then, we never go beyond a $10 ticket for those. And
right.
$5 at the door or ahead of time gets you into those individual movies. All of our parties and things are also tickets that you can buy individually for a little bit cheaper, or honestly, if you're gonna come to the red carpet premiere party and you want to check out a couple films, get the pass. It's
right.
gonna be cheaper in the long run for sure.
Yep. Okay, and you mentioned some of the bigger events. I mean, if you're listening and and you start looking through and you're like, I want to go to this particular screening of this particular movie on the Friday night, do you have the potential of getting shut out and not being able to get in, or is that, do you want to reserve your seat for that particular show?
This year, we're really excited about our venues because we have more capacity in all of our venues than we have had in a couple of years. And so we are once again at the Central United Methodist Church here in downtown Lansing, right across from the Capitol building. The past couple of years we've been there. It's been a really nice partnership. We meet we turn their fellowship hall into a theater. And it's fun because that was actually one of Lansing's first theaters. And so it's fun to kind of return it to that.
Right.
And so we get to do that. And then this year, we're also really excited because we're going to be utilizing their beautiful, gorgeous sanctuary as well for some films. So you'll be able to be surrounded by the stained glass and the red carpet and all of that gorgeousness while enjoying some of these films, including when we do our Fortnite Film Contest screening and awards. We'll be able to have a huge, big old party in the sanctuary, bring all your friends. It's going to be a great time. And then our other venue this year is Riverwalk Theater.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
we are really excited. We were there many years ago, but it's been a while, and we're really grateful to the Riverwalk team that they were kind enough to slot us into their schedule when they were planning for their season this year. And so we're going to be on that main stage there. So, and we've got some events happening at the Robin Theater in Riotown as well, some smaller partnership events, some really cool music things. We've got a live script reading, which is going to be really neat, that Joshua Smith is heading up. So all of these events, the really great thing this year with our venues is that we have space. And so,
right.
There have been other times in the past where we're like, oh no, we might need to add a second screening of this film that's going to be really popular, or we're worried because we're going to need to grab some extra chairs. But at Central United and at Riverwalk, we've got ample seating. We've got plenty of room. So, of course, we always encourage purchasing tickets ahead of time if you want to make sure that you're guaranteeing a spot. But that being said, we've got the room. We're happy to bring in as many people as we can to these events.
Right. I'm still trying to get over the party in the sanctuary.
Yeah, it's
you don't hear that all that often. We're going to party in the sanctuary. That's awesome. Okay, so now tickets are on sale now?
They sure are.
And it's ccff.co?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Or follow you on the social handles.
Or follow us on the socials.
Cap City Film Fest.
Yep.
That's awesome. So you mentioned a Fortnite competition, which I know a little bit about, but for our listeners who didn't listen last year, can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, our Fortnite competition is about a month long.
2 weeks for the actual
2
contest.
weeks for the actual contest.
All the prep and all the lead up getting to it.
Yes. And so people in Michigan have 2 weeks to record a film, put on a film, and we give them some required elements that they have to hit, and they come in and we showcase all of these films that these Michigan filmmakers have put on. And we hand out about $5,000 in awards, which is really exciting. It's always an amazing night. All the filmmakers come out, big live competition, so bring your friends, you get to vote live. One of the most exciting things we do at the festival, for sure.
Yeah, and it's really, those elements that we provide are really just to help make sure that the films are truly being made during the run of the contest.
Right.
And so we're not trying to limit or stifle any creativity. The elements are always something that could be easily incorporated in.
Right.
But it costs $100 to enter, and you do get 2 passes to the festival. So even if you're considering entering the contest, do it, because you get the 2 passes, and that's equivalent to the price of just buying those 2 passes outright. So the contest this year starts on March 13th, Friday the 13th. Getting a little fun. Which is also a night that we are having a Brew and View event at the Avenue, where we're all going to watch the movie Jason X and hang out together to kick off the festival season. So you can also come with your Fortnite teams there the day of, do some live brainstorming before you get moving on your film. And like Jaden said, it's just a great time a great opportunity, honestly, for filmmakers of all levels to participate. We have everything from full film crews who do this as a fun activity with their pals every year, to people who have never made a film before and want an excuse to do it. And it's one person and their iPhone, and they make a 45-second film that hits all the elements and is hilarious and witty. There's all kinds of different things going on, which makes it really fun.
And I think what sets it apart as a filmmaker myself is, there are these 48-hour competitions, which I entered certainly, and you have two days to make a film from scratch. You get 0 sleep, and you end up making a pretty mediocre film. If you have 2 weeks to make a film, you can actually make something good.
Right.
And so, I think when we hit upon this Fortnite formula, it was like, okay, we can give people an opportunity to make something that they actually want to show again, and not just like, oh, this
Right.
is part of a contest, but that's why it's not very good.
Right. But 2 weeks is enough.
It's enough. It's enough time to write
And
something, put it together, and edit and get some music and all of the elements.
And if I know artists, you can also screen it, but then go back and still take care of it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
modify.
Yeah, we've definitely had teams who have then taken their idea from their Fortnite film, reworked it, made some changes, and submitted to other festivals, or done other things with it. It's a great way. Or if there's an idea they've had for a while that they haven't had the dedicated time to work on, this is a great excuse to do that.
Right on. Well, I want to give thanks to our friend Chris Silker of Keller Williams Advantage and Team. And we all need a place to call home, and he's the expert you're looking for. Chris Silker and the Advantage and Team has helped clients navigate the complicated world of real estate in mid-Michigan for over 10 years, providing the best information possible at the right time to empower the best decisions. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking for a local expert to guide you from point A to point B, if you're searching for an income property in the competitive Lansing market, trying to right-size your life, or searching for your dream home, Chris Silker and the Advantage and Team is a name to trust in Greater Lansing real estate. Visit AdvantageandTeam.com or give Chris Silker a call directly at 517-242-9251 today to find the home of your dreams. So you say you've got a tribe of people that help you put this all together, but do you get and need donations? Are there kind of corporate benefactors? Do you need a team of volunteers above the folks that are on staff? How does that work?
Absolutely, yes, all of the above. So we are a nonprofit, and historically, we have been really fortunate to receive a lot of grant dollars to be able to do things to support the arts. As the past couple of years have shown, those aren't always going to be available. And so one thing that we have been working really hard on the last couple of years is figuring out how we can continue to put out an incredible event that supports the arts that our community loves, and find ways to fund that, even if those federal, state grants aren't necessarily available to us anymore. And so we do have corporate sponsorships. We've got organizations that support us year to year, and then we have some organizations who come in and they partner on a specific event, and maybe they sponsor a filmmaker happy hour where they all get to hang out and mingle. Sometimes we'll have somebody who sponsors the Fortnite Film Contest or sponsors the red carpet premiere party so that we can continue to put on these really great events for the community. So really grateful to all of our corporate sponsors. Sponsorships are always still available even up through the festival. We've also got local restaurants who feed our team during the festival because 11 days nonstop is a lot.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
We're really grateful for all of our Feed the Fest sponsors who donate meals, or they give it to us at a very kind discount so that we can make sure that our team stays fueled throughout the festival. And local coffee shops giving us all the caffeine, all that sort of stuff. And then we do have volunteers. And honestly, a lot of our core team as well are volunteer. They just are quite dedicated volunteers. But beyond that, the people who are selling you concessions, the people who are doing tickets at the door, the people who are running the projection booths and making sure it all sounds really nice, those are all volunteers. And so people who are interested in volunteering can email us at volunteers@capitalcityfilmfest.com if they're interested in getting more info on that. But we're really thankful for all the people who come together. And, we've got some volunteers who have been with us literally since the beginning of the festival.
Right.
We were just I was going through a giant spreadsheet of all of our volunteers, and it's so fun every year to see, wow, this person was really great the past few years, and they're signed up again already. Or people who are, they'll reach out to us when it's getting close and they'll tell us okay, these are the days that I know I'm available. Let me know what you need. And it's just, we're so grateful to have people like that.
That's awesome. So volunteers at capitalcityfilmfest.com.
Correct.
Okay. And sponsorships, if I'm a small business or any kind of business that wants to kick you some cash or some in-kind donations, that kind of thing, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can reach out to us at info@capitalcityfilmfest.com, and we can get you connected with our current sponsorship packet and other specific opportunities that we're still looking to fund for this year.
And even though we're recording this in early March, you still have needs for
Always.
both of those. Yes, right.
Yes.
Sponsors and volunteers. Excellent. Now, I mentioned award-winning film festival. Gloat a little bit. What makes the Lansing, Capital City Film Festival different than others and better than others?
Well, like Pete mentioned, we've been included on a publication list of the 25 coolest film festivals in the world, which feels pretty awesome for a Lansing festival like this. And one thing that we talk about a lot as a team is that we are so grateful and so jazzed about how Lansing our festival is. and it really feels like something that has grown from the community because it has. And like Pete was also mentioning earlier, one of the best things that I think that comes from this festival is how many filmmakers who are on these sort of festival runs where they're showing their films, many festivals all over the country, sometimes all over the world. And we're hearing from them that this is their favorite. And honestly, when it comes to like awards, accolades, we're very thankful for all of the, like we've had award-winning design work done for the festival with the branding through Traction. We've had award-winning accolades all throughout films that have gone on to have major success after being at our festival. But to me, the thing that's most exciting is that our community keeps coming back year to year and wanting more and asking us what cool, new, exciting things we're doing because they're looking forward to it. And also the filmmakers who are telling us that this was their favorite festival they went to. And they're telling their friends to apply. And they're applying. And we're constantly getting texts and emails and DMs on Instagram from past filmmakers who are still gushing about the festival even years later. I mean, we had one, I remember, who from a few years ago, they were laughing because after being at this festival, they were like, should we move to Lansing? And like they live in New York, like they live in Brooklyn and they like have this very cool like artsy filmmaker life. And they were like, Lansing's kind of rad. Should we consider moving there? And it's just like, that's the kind of thing that we want to hear, that people not only are excited about what we're doing, but that it's enough that makes them consider, I never thought about moving to a Midwest town that has a strong art scene, but maybe that could be something in my future.
Right on. Love it, love it, love it. So 8th to the 18th of April, 2026. Looking for volunteers, looking for sponsors. 110, 115 different films are going to be shown.
Yeah, plus, I mean, not to mention all of the Fortnite films that are coming up. Teams can still sign up for that. And
we also have some curated films that we bring in that aren't submitted, but that we talk directly to distributors of films that don't have a wide release yet, but that people might get to see at our festival first. And we've got, cool events like Filmetry that Pete works on.
That's right. It's a sort of a mini festival that I co-founded with the poet Cindy Hunter Morgan, and we invite filmmakers to adapt poems into short films. Huh. And so this year, we've partnered now with the Capital City Film Fest to be our sort of presenting venue, and it's been such a great partnership, and we're looking forward to another edition.
Right on. Fantastic. So all the handles, right? Just Capital City Film Fest. Go find them on socials. ccff.co.
Yes.
And capitalcityfilmfest.com and info@volunteer at. Just hit them over the head with any questions you have. Go buy tickets, $50. We'll get you into everything. Or you can buy it a la carte, but we may as well just go ahead and spend the $50 because it's money well spent.
Spend the
It's
$50.
the best deal.
Especially on the red carpet premiere party alone. This year, which I know I mentioned at the top that it's our Sweet 16 year, and for our red carpet premiere party, we're throwing a Sweet 16 bash. So hope to see everybody there.
Where's that going to be?
It's going to be at Central United Methodist
Okay.
Church. And actually,
Party in the
during
sanctuary.
Party in the Sanctuary, you actually will also be able to catch some otherworldly short films during the party, and so you can hang out, eat some fun snacks, listen to the DJ, party it up, and then also pop in for some really great films during it. So if you're going to come to that, come prepared to party like you're turning 16 with us.
No thanks.
Right. But come to that, and that ticket alone is a significant portion of that $50 that you would be spending. So we recommend the pass for sure.
Makes sense. Well, we've been speaking to Festival Director Emma Selby, Program Director Pete Johnston, and Film Programs Manager Jaden Dybel. Really appreciate you coming in, talking about this year's installment. I wish you the best of luck. I will see you on site, and just all the best. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep. And I want to thank finish by giving a final shout out to my loyal sponsors: Wagoner Financial, Good Marketing, Triterra Environmental, Keller Williams Advantage and Team, Michigan Rise, Kirk Byron State Farm, and the attorneys at Foster Swift. All are fantastic people. And if you found the show as a one-off, please like and subscribe to Michigan Reimagined on YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and pretty much anywhere you find your podcasts. This is Chris Buck signing off for Michigan Reimagined.